Hello everybody, it's Brian here with you. Today I'm going to report on a shopping trip I took with Jason Skills, a VC member from Ottawa, sometimes known as Low Noise Jason Skills or DJ Jason Skills. He's been here many times. We met up once before, and there were times after that where he came that I was unable to meet him because I had things to do or places to be, so that never happened. But we did meet up on Friday and went to a couple of record shops. If you've already been to his channel, you may have already seen the video he did. So I'm in that video, guest starring in a Jason Skills video. And you will know 3 of the things I bought because we talked about the things that we bought. If you haven't seen the video, you'll find out all 4 things I bought, because there's one thing I bought across the street that isn't in that video. So we met at Sonic Boom. If you're in Toronto, you'll know that as probably the biggest record store. Well, certainly the biggest record store in Toronto. It might be in the running for the biggest record store in Canada. Who knows? It's quite large. That is where Mike from Northern Revolutions and Chris from Stylist Meets Vinyl and I went on our first stop when we had a little excursion in Toronto a few weeks back. So it's definitely a must-see. On the entry level, they have a really active used bin section where people are frantically digging through bins and some new releases on display. And in the lower level is where they have the bulk of their collection. So it'd be DVDs, CDs, and then new and used records interspersed, interfiled, I should say. So I like that sort of strategy of putting the used with the new. Some stores don't do that, but I kind of like it all in one place. So that is a really cool shop, definitely a must see. One thing I learned from this, my third, I guess, VC meetup, is that I'm not very good at taking videos in public spaces. So I will put a few clips in here, but I don't know whether I'm self-conscious about taking video in public or what the story is, but I'm not very good at it. You'll see some failures to take video.
I just signed another tape this morning with a guy from Nova Scotia. He's doing doom noise.
Cool.
Electronic noise. Electronic doom.
So one thing I will say about Sonic Boom is that I really hate, they put the used stuff in these sleeves with this resealable flap, but they're not the good ones, they're the ungood ones, and they tend to split. So you use these twice and they fall apart, so you can't really use them after a while. So record number 1 is from a guy called DeMarco, a Canadian guy from Winnipeg, I think. No, I'm going to get that, that's probably wrong. Was it BC? It's from British Columbia. This Old Dog, his 3rd record from 2017. It's in a gatefold. What can I say about him? Definitely indie, lo-fi, kind of off-kilter. I heard him referred to as blue wave or slacker rock, and I think Mac prefers the term jizz jazz. I'm not really sure I can say that because this is a family channel after all, is it not? Jizz jazz. The drumming is very flat, very little reverb. He uses really cheap equipment. For years he toured with a old electric guitar he paid $30 for until it became too difficult to maintain on the road. He records on reel-to-reel. So think about that, like vintage instruments recorded on reel-to-reel, very lo-fi, a very weird kind of guy. And I think he uses some kind of pitch bending because if you know what that is, I think you'll figure out that maybe that's what he's doing. Black vinyl. I think there were colored vinyl versions of this. So oddly, I heard this first at a friend's place who would have vinyl listening parties in his garage, where he had a sound system and a wood-burning stove, and that's the first time I heard this, and I really liked it. So I guess it kind of mashed the lo-fi sound of that record. But it's very good. I really like it. Second item I bought is Brian Eno and Yaw Wobble spinner from 1995. This is a 25th anniversary edition. Now this music, as it says on the label here, I bought the CD when it came out, by the way. I'm trying to fill in my Eno collection. I'm just missing a few things. He recorded a soundtrack for Derek Jarman's film Glitterbug, but didn't publish the soundtrack. Instead, he gave the tapes to Yaw Wobble, who did what he did to them to come up with this. And I think it's really interesting. My favorite track on here is probably Left Where It Fell, the last track on side 2. There's 2 tracks here that you get via the download card. So I bought this used, but the download card still worked. So that was fine. But I haven't listened to them yet. There's statements from both artists and a short interview with Brian Eno here. So this is really cool black vinyl version. I like that record a lot.
I need this OG copy. I have the reissue, but this is the Fringe product stuff from Toronto.
Oh, cool, yeah. $30. And the most expensive thing I bought was something I wasn't going to buy, or wasn't sure if I was going to buy. I guess I had it in the back of my mind that I would buy, but they were playing it in the store, and I remembered how much I liked the opening track. So this is the Cure Wish 1992, the 30th anniversary edition. So I think we all know this record. Big tracks on here are Friday I'm in Love, A Letter to Elise. I guess High was released as a single. And there was a picture disc version of this that came out, but I didn't buy it because if I had a choice between a picture disc and a black vinyl, or even colored vinyl, I would choose that over a picture disc. But here are the inner sleeves. So yeah, I think I only am missing 2 Cure records, I think. Except for the live ones, Paris and Show. I don't have those on vinyl, and I don't have the self-titled one, and I'm forgetting the name of the other one. In any case, a solid record. The vinyl versions from 1992 are very pricey, so pricey and hard to find, and so I don't have that. And then we walked across the street to Invisible City, which is also on Spadina. It's a really interesting record store, but that store is also a record label, so they sell their whole house label in the shop, and they have a really interesting. They do have some what you consider rock and folk music, but I don't think that's really their focus. So if you look at their bins, you're going to see things that you might not see anywhere else. Like I was tempted by a Frontline Assembly 12-inch single, but it was a bit pricey for 2 tracks. So yeah, I ended up buying one thing, and that is a 12-inch single from a band called Wire, a band I really like. And I will buy any 12-inch single from Wire that I see, but you don't see them that often. I think I have a handful, but they're hard to find. This is from 1999. It's from an album called It's Beginning to and Back Again. IBATA is what they have on the record cover. This is also from '89. Has 2 versions of Eardrum Buzz, an instrumental called It's a Boy, and a song called The Offer. And I love this band. So, they changed their sound over the years, obviously, from the early punk things to more kind of a different sound. So if I ever see Wire 12-inch singles, they're usually coming home if the price is good, and this was a good price. So, 4 things that I picked up. So if you haven't seen Jason's channel, you should check it out, and you'll see my guest appearance on one of his videos. In between stores, we stopped at a coffee shop and had a drink, had a conversation, and that was fun too. So this probably will happen again. I may be going to Ottawa this summer, but hasn't been confirmed yet. So I may hook up with him there and check out our record store. Okay, so thanks for watching.